Well, beans, we're talking about traps. Here's a Victor, and this one works pretty good. I've caught a lot of mice on this, but the rats seem to get away, so yeah, it's an iffy. It's a good trap. It's plastic, easy to clean, lasts a long time, sets easy. So the Vicar, all you have to do is pull it back and catch, and that sets it. I don't have anything to trigger it, but anyway, that's pretty easy. And I like that trap. Just that a lot of things get away. Most of the time, things get away. So I could be something larger out here in the woods that are sort of triggering it and too big to catch, not sure. Next we have this old style Vicar. Actually caught a lot of mice on this guy, even though it's weathered. It's the old standby and the old wood one, and while it's a little sketchy sometimes to set, it works. It just works. Here's the Jawz brand plastic, and I bought a case of these. Some work, some don't. Has to do with this little catching mechanism down here. Seems to just get worn out or something. And yeah, I spoke to the company rep and they say, oh, it's only designed for one kill. Well, you know, $10 a hit, one mouse? Don't think so. So it sets pretty good, just like you saw, but some of them, when you try to trip it, this one's going to work because this is a good one. I guess it didn't. All right, see that? A mouse or a rat, a vermin just came down. In fact, that's what happened. It has peanut butter on it. Something that's not good. Now, I had put up a video years ago on a different channel, and the company rep came out and says, whoa, you didn't buy it from us. Well, yeah, I did, and I bought a case of them, and I'm sorry you couldn't find it in your records, but hey, dude, it's got your name all over it, and I didn't print that. So then they came back and said, well, it's only good for one hit. Well, $10, they might be down now, maybe $6, $7, but even $6 or $7 for one mouse, yeah, they do hundreds of dollars in damage in wire. And if you look at it that way, yeah. But if you look at that cage, which is about 13, and lasts over and over and over and over and works, this is pretty expensive. The next one is this rind trap, and it's for putting the trap on a bucket that has water in it. I don't remember, half, 2/3, something like that. It's pretty easy to use. Just go like that, and the premise is that you've put food out here, and a mouse runs up here and you know, goes to get it and slides off. Well, in theory, it works good, and I guess a lot of people do well with this. It comes with this ramp that just kind of sits there, which I haven't had any luck. I've actually used my own ramp to bring it up there, but I may have caught one with this. I don't really remember, maybe a year ago or so. But for the most part, This is real flexy. It's made very, very lightweight. And while that might be inexpensive for manufacturing, if I was a mouse, well, maybe a mouse wouldn't. Still, it's going to be a little, you know, iffy, right? Engage that somehow up there. But it's a great theory, and again, some people have had good luck with it. I haven't. The only thing I've had good luck with is that cage. And let me bring the cage back. All right, so the first thing, you take this rod. I guess that was kind of off camera. Anyway, there's a rod here. I hope you can see it. And you get it underneath the loop. And then you have this safety. And bring that up. Bring this over. Whoops. Like that. And if that snake didn't ruin this trap, it should work. Yeah, snake bent my rod. Let me see if I can unbend it to engage. Well, let's see if that'll work. Yeah, it worked. Okay, good. I had caught 2 squirrels. So you put the peanut butter back there, and they come in and they put their weight on that little teeter-totter pan, and it closes the gate on them, and they're trapped just like that snake. So I've caught quite a few. We've caught, I think I mentioned this already, but quite a few mice, a couple rats, that snake, a couple birds. One we were able to release before he died. One we didn't get to, and he died. Don't like to kill birds. It's interesting. Us humans, we pick and choose our friends, don't we? Like a bunny rabbit, which we never did get a bunny rabbit, which is pretty cool because I like the bunnies. In fact, yesterday, this trap was over there by the snake, and the snake was alive, and there was 2 bunny rabbits playing about 8 feet from it, just having a blast, saying, "You can't get to me, you can't get to me." They were tormenting that snake. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, 2 squirrels, and at the same time, 2 different traps, about 3 feet apart, and they must have been playing, and they both hit the traps, and they both tore up those traps, so they broke them. And again, we're not a big squirrel killer here. I like squirrels, but they do some damage. They get into my wife's plants. That's not fun. And anyway, they broke a couple of the traps, so I had to order a couple more traps, but fortunately they're inexpensive. And we're still going. So I'm gonna load this up with peanut butter and put it back in place. I've got a few traps out there now. I'm gonna come back with a new one. I've got a couple new ones, and I'm gonna show you what you need to do before you start using one of these traps. Well, the one thing I've noticed on these, and they all come from China, is that this end, which is your trigger, my fingers, it's your trigger, but and I can feel that it has a little burr on it. So what I have started doing on these, and I've done it already on all of them, this is a brand new trap, but I just get on that edge and I sand it and take the burr, especially on the top, because that's where the pressure is. The bottom, not so much. Wouldn't hurt, but and then just all you're trying to do, I think they just use the pliers. They, yeah, click. That's length, right? So that's how they do that, and you can tell because of the way the end is just snipped off. So you get rid of that burr, and you give that a little, I wouldn't say a hair trigger, but obviously it helps. So that feels much better. Okay, so now, again, here's how you set it. You just bring that up through there, make sure you've got your little safety latch there. Bring that around. By the way, I'm wearing, and then put that in this hole, just like that. And then you could adjust it to where it's just hanging on, like that. This one's a little longer than most, but put it right there, and that way when something goes in there, like that, it just, oh, it's not liking that. That one's not working out so well. Huh. Okay, so, yeah, this is a little bit longer. There we go. Maybe that should get it. And now when you go, huh. Well, that's the first one that's way off. Interesting. So I might need to trim that trigger just a little bit so it engages. That's the first one I've had to do that with. Well, that's easy enough. Let me go in and get some snippers, and we'll resand it. Well, okay, here we go. I have to figure out how long to make this, because the last thing I want to do is make it too short. Okay. Okay, let's see what we did. So bring that in there, bring this up, and bring it back. I will check length before I sand here. Now let me see how that works. There we go. It still might be a hair long. It's pretty close. Real close. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, I'm just going to resand that. And again, I never had to do this, so I had to take my gloves off to do it. Those animals they can pick up human scent. Imagine after a few days outside, my scent will be gone. I don't know for sure, but all right, that feels pretty good. Put that through the hoop, lift up the safety. Bring it here, give it a look. Yeah, might be a little long, but I think we're okay. I'd rather have it a little long than a little short. Right, right. Okay, so there it is. We're ready to roll. All I need is some peanut butter on there, and we're in business. Out of all the traps I reviewed, oh, by the way, there was one. It was top of a bucket. You've probably seen them. They fit on a 5-gallon bucket, and they have, I don't have one, but there's your 5-gallon bucket, and they fit on there, and they have a dome and a little door and a chute, kind of like a thing where you go in there and load up with peanut butter, and something goes in there and finally jumps, you know, and loses its balance and takes a bath. But I ordered one. It was designed by an American company, and I tried to order an American one, and the one I ended up getting was not. It was an import. It was kind of misleading advertising. Anyway, fortunately, it came in broke. And the reason I say fortunately is because I don't want to buy knockoff when you have innovation coming from the United States and you got Chinese knockoff. It's just not right. So anyway, it came in broke, and so I sent it back, and I didn't bother to get another one. And then I bought one of these, and then out of all the traps I've reviewed and tried over the years, this one's working. This is the trap that works for me out here in the country. So my recommendation, this guy here. All right, I'll put a link below. You can find them on eBay. There's several different designs. I've only bought the ones with the shorter loop. They have a couple different ones with different loops, and they've got one that has a solid back. Anyway, I started with this, and they work, and so I haven't tried any others. I haven't changed. Maybe I will, but I've been using these for about a year now. And again, caught quite a few vermin. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps you if you have a problem with rats and mice. Well, this is the cage trap. Caught a little mouse. Yeah, cute little guy. Unfortunately, they're a rodent. Eat the wires on my cars and tractors. Anything that sits outside, you seem to find them. So anyway, this is the cage trap. Caught a lot of mice. A lot of rats, a couple squirrels, a couple birds, which we released, fortunately. Well, mister, you got caught. You're scared as heck, aren't you? I can tell. Look at your whiskers. Oh, man. You've never seen a human up close like this, have you? I know. Yeah. Trying to get I guess that's as far out as I can get. Anyway, that's this cage trap. Caught a rat. He's not real happy right now because he's been in there all day. I saw him this morning, but I had to go out of town, so I wasn't able to deal with him until right now. So he is caught, and he knows it, and looking for an escape. How you doing, huh? Put a little light on. That doesn't seem to help my video. I can see better. There you go. Hi. I'm sorry that you got caught, but you've been eating my wires. Yeah, costing me a lot of money. I just wanted to show the folks that these sear traps, works pretty good. And yeah, I'm sorry you're so scared. Well, yesterday I caught a snake. It's my first snake. Some kind of racer, I'm not really sure. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to put light on him, and of course with that screen it's pretty difficult. I can see him pretty good, but I'm not sure the camera can pick it up. Let me see if I can zoom in to his head. Yeah. Flip him. Maybe we could flip him some. Yeah. Anyway, yellow. It's yellow underneath. He was alive a couple hours ago, and I was going to get him out of there. They're good for the. They're good rat killers, and he's all wrapped up in there now. Hung up. What are you hung up on? He's hung up on something. I can't seem to get to his. Can't seem to get his head. No, his head's clear over on there now. Here it is. Ah, he's got a piece. Oh, that's his tail that's wrapped around. I tried to give him a drink. Oops, that isn't gonna work. Tried to give him a drink of water, but he was already gone. So, too bad for you, Mr. Snake. You would have been a good rat killer, and you may have been a good rat killer. I don't know. Anyway, you're gone, and I'm sorry. But traps work. These traps work really, really good. I don't know how long he is. I'll get him out here in a minute, and we'll see. Let me just shut this off, and then I'll line him out and get a ruler. Finally got him out of the trap. He was curled in there pretty good, but told you I'd measure him, so from head to toe, that's about as straight as I can get him. He's kind of stiff now. Just died at about noon or so. I come home, it was 12:15, and he was still alive. Anyway, you can see that's about 3 feet. Just 39 inches. Probably by the time you stretch him out, he'd be 40 easy. I don't know if that's big or small. I don't even know what kind of snake this is. But if you do, it'd be cool to let us all know. Some kind of racer, best I could. Went online, tried to find out. I don't know if that helps. Yeah. Don't know if he's in focus, but anyway, sorry, little snake. You won't be catching any rats for me.